Hello everybody, Michael here, and if you're watching this video right now, you are at the beginning of something brand new that I'm going to start putting onto the channel. You see, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, or you happen to follow me over on other social media channels like Facebook, you know that every week, or just about every week, I jump over onto Facebook and I do a Facebook Live, usually on Monday evenings at around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I just hang out with you guys for a little bit, catch up. I give you updates on any projects that I'm working on. And then I also talk about books, movies, and TV shows that I'm watching. And for a while there, I was actually recording those Facebook Lives with the camera and then re-editing them and then putting like a high resolution version with a couple other bells and whistles over on YouTube for this audience to watch. And then I stopped doing that consistently, and it got really kind of sporadic as to when I would do it. And looking at the metrics and then looking at the platform differences, I realized that that sort of video just really wasn't going to work, and it kind of had the opposite effect of what I was trying to do. So I thought something better could be done, which is what this video is going to be. Starting this week, I'm just going to start making little mini bite-sized weekly update videos to only be a couple of minutes long, maybe 2 or 3 at the most. And I'll just give you a quick rundown of all the project updates and, again, the books and movies and TV shows that I'm enjoying, all in a much more condensed package. And if you want the full-length version, or you want some more detail about any of that, you can jump over on Facebook and find those Facebook Lives, or you can sign up for my Patreon and you can get a weekly newsletter where I write out a more detailed breakdown of all the things that I'm working on and all the things that I'm enjoying. But now that we've got all that preamble out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into our first weekly update video. So in terms of what I'm working on for the past few weeks, my main priority, as you guys probably know, has been my next novel, which is book 2 in my Shiffy PI mystery series. The book is called Pray No More. And really the biggest thing I was waiting on was getting that book back from my copy editor so I could go through her edits and suggestions, make my changes, and then get the book ready to go put out into the world for you guys to enjoy. Well, good news. Last week I did get those copy edits back from her. I made the changes. I've now got the ebook version delivered to my beta readers, which is my street team. I've also given early access copies to my Patreon members. And just earlier today, I did get the paperback proof in. It looks great. The cover looks good. All of the chapters look like they are in order. So I'm going to go ahead and get that approved. And it looks like the way things are shaping up right now, I will have the ebook and the paperback available for everybody to purchase either toward the end of next week or the very first half of the week that follows. And in terms of my next project, I actually just started working on my new novel just yesterday. I've got about 2,500 words written, and this is not going to be a book that's in either of my previous series. It's going to be a brand new standalone novel, and it's going to be more of just like a campy, fun ghost story horror novel. I've just had a couple ideas bouncing around in my head that I realized eventually if I put those two ideas together, it could be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to getting deeper into the weeds on that and writing some more. And I'll be sure to give you guys all the updates on that, because not only do I think this book is going to be fun, I have an interesting and kind of fun new idea of how I might be publishing it. So stay tuned, more on that later. And in terms of YouTube, of course, I'll be continuing to make the one-off videos for topics that I find interesting, that I think you guys will want to learn about, some vlog stuff, and of course these new kind of bite-sized weekly update videos. But I also have an idea for some longer form content that I am actually really excited about maybe creating. I need to talk to a buddy of mine about potentially helping me out with it, but it could be fun. It's actually something that I was kind of inspired to do by another author here on the platform. I don't want to give really anything else away about it right now, but stay tuned. So that's it for what I'm working on. So now we'll segue into the fun stuff, which is books, movies, and TV shows that I am enjoying. Starting with books, I actually just finished about 3 or 4 days ago Plum Island, which is by Nelson DeMille. It's the first book in his John Corey series. And I've told people on Facebook and my Facebook Lives, and I think I've tweeted about it, that I read a Nelson DeMille book called The Gatehouse probably 10 years ago, and I loved it. I thought it was so funny and so quirky and just had some great mystery to it, some great action. And I told myself, man, I need to read some more Nelson DeMille. And then a decade went by and I never did. So when I was browsing on my Kindle to find something new to read a few weeks ago, I guess, I saw that they had 2 of the Nelson DeMille of this series, the John Corey series, available in Kindle Unlimited. So I grabbed the first one. I read that. It's a big book. It is probably longer than it needs to be by maybe 100 pages or so. I thought the action got a little excessive near the end, but all in all, it was fun. The protagonist is completely ridiculous and over the top, but that's exactly the kind of story this is supposed to be. I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to be reading some more in that series for sure. And after I finished that, I actually picked up a book called Layla by Colleen Hoover. And this is a situation where I'm reading this book mostly out of curiosity and a little bit of just interest in terms of what other writers are doing. If I'm not mistaken, Colleen Hoover actually started out as an independent self-published author and then kind of had some tremendous success and has taken off and is now published by, I think, either Amazon or one of the big publishing houses. All I know is her most recent book has been the top of the chart or near the top of the Amazon charts for like weeks and weeks now. I know she's had just tremendous success. And I know that the genre that she writes in seems to be a blend of like romance and maybe some thriller, maybe some supernatural stuff with a couple of the books. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of fascinated by her story, and I wanted to read one of her books and just kind of see what the vibe was, what I could pick up from how she's structuring things. I was just really interested in every aspect of her and this book. I also know that she's one of the authors that has had tremendous success utilizing TikTok as a platform to reach readers. And you guys know I made a video a few weeks ago talking about TikTok and the whole, book talk hashtag and how bookstores have tables set up now where they're displaying books that are popular on TikTok. So she's a real prime example of how that platform can be really utilized to grow an audience. And with our last topic of the day being what I've been watching, I actually haven't watched any films in the last week. I was kind of busy working on the book. And then also my wife and I did manage to finish watching season 4 of Yellowstone finally. So we are all caught up on that. And we did watch episode 1 of the new kind of female-led anthology series on Apple TV Plus called Roar. ROAR. We just watched the first episode and it was pretty cool. I'm a big fan of anthologies in general. I love written anthologies. I love movie anthologies, particularly in the horror space. I love all the VHS, movies that are on Shudder and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of short horror and short fiction, so I'm always up for an anthology series. And I'm looking forward to watching the rest of these. Everything that I have watched on Apple TV Plus, even if some of the story hasn't been tremendous, I don't really dig the show, the production value alone is just phenomenal. I've never seen a bad looking show on that platform. Anyway, guys, that is it. That is the weekly update. This video is probably longer than I thought it was going to be. I will try to do better at making them shorter, but this is definitely going to be an improvement over those recorded Facebook Live videos. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Let me know what you're reading and what you're watching down in the comments. I am always looking for new suggestions of stuff to enjoy. So take care, guys. I will talk to you soon.